And the highs are even like little things. Just like being able to spend time with you every week.
When we do our... you're going to make me cry. Why you do that? I'm getting my period.
That was crazy. That was crazy of me.
Welcome to Pelvic POV with your hosts and doctors of physical therapy, Amanda Neary and Hannah Meyer. Hey, Pelvic Freaks. Welcome back to another episode of Pelvic POV.
Where you're freaks for us and we're freaks for your pelvis, baby.
Happy anniversary, guys.
Dun, 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 dun. Wait, we can't do that this early in the podcast.
So true. Guys, we're so excited. We've been doing this for a whole freaking year. Can you believe it?
It's actually insane. Our first podcast dropped on July 11th.
July 11, 2024.
Remember when I randomly pulled that out? You were like, when did we drop our first episode? And I was like, I don't know, maybe like July 11th. And then you looked and it actually was July 11th.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That means something.
Yeah, that you have a good memory of our podcast.
Exactly.
Probably that you care about it.
I care about it a lot. I care about you guys.
It's our baby.
You pelvic freaks. We care about you.
Yeah. Let us know what you guys think of us so far. But nice version.
Remember, give us the good comments in the reviews, but any other critiques, you can just email us at hi@pelvicpov.
Yeah, like sandwich it in your email too. So like also say nice things.
Like, hey, you guys could do this better. Hey, like stop talking so much shit at the beginning of your episodes. Sorry, that will never happen.
Yeah, that'll never happen. But I do feel like sometimes it's necessary, you know?
Yeah, it is.
Has to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, what are we going to do to celebrate today?
So last night, I randomly didn't have things to do. So I was like, I'm just going to look through our old episodes. And I looked through and I clicked and played our first episode, which is titled Welcome to Pelvic POV. And I was like, holy shit balls. We have changed so much since this time last year.
I've been scared to watch it.
It's actually, you should be.
Oh no.
You should be. No, I only watched like the first minute because then I texted Amanda and I was like, maybe tomorrow we should react to some of our clips from our first episode because to this day, that's some people's first time. That's their first impression of us.
Oh my gosh.
To this day.
Should we?
We should leave it up, right? Like that's a part of our journey. We should leave up that first episode.
Yeah, unless we want to film another welcome episode.
Listen to this episode so that you don't have to listen to our first episode. How's that?
So should I play a part of it then and just...
I think you should play the beginning.
Okay. Oh God.
And I walk in at like 7:10. I'm like, I need coffee and I am on my period. I need a tampon. And so true. We're both on our period. Ibuprofen.
Wow, we haven't changed
We're
one
synced
bit.
up. We both have our period on the full moon. We spend a lot of time together. We're getting our period on the full moon. And I don't know. That's where we're at right now. Right. And I think with that.
Oh my God.
We haven't changed at all.
I haven't. We're the same.
I want to hear the first like 20 seconds.
The intro without our like voices over it.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the first episode of our podcast where we demystify sexual health.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys?
Wait, keep going.
From a pelvic point of view. We're Amanda Neary and Hannah Meyer.
What happened to my voice?
Not you introducing my name.
Just hosts and doctors of physical therapy and pelvic health experts. Ooh, delicious.
That doesn't even sound like you.
No, because I was probably
Hannah,
nervous.
So what the heck are we doing here? Oh my God. Amanda and I have been doing social media for Amanda's clinic. Amanda's
we
actually my boss,
made social media videos and actually had time to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Amanda.
Okay, so that was one clip.
That was the beginning.
To be honest, the little pre-intro clip, our audio is so much better now. It's crazy.
The pre-intro clip before the intro really does define us.
Yeah.
Like if you want to know what we're about, that kind of leads you in.
We're still like that. I'm PMSing on a new moon tonight. So what does that mean?
I've been talking about PMS a lot lately.
Yeah.
It's a new moon tonight. That's the other thing.
We have to manifest hard.
Whoa. On that one, we were talking about the full moon, dude.
Yeah.
This one, we're talking about the new moon. Let that sink in. Full moon, New moon. Full moon is for releasing
Yeah.
and like getting rid of things holding you back. That's when we started the podcast. Now it's a new moon a year later,
Yeah.
and we're manifesting tonight. And new moon is for like new possibilities.
That's crazy. We're manifesting. We realize you're not listening to this as we're recording it, but we are manifesting with all the pelvic freaks right now because you guys are the reason we have not given up on this podcast, because we're going to talk about it in this episode. It's not the easiest thing in the world to have a freaking podcast.
It's really hard.
It's really hard. And like Hannah and I are always a vision of perfection and happiness and joy.
Yeah, for sure. I listen to some of my like intros when we're like, we're your freaks for us and we're freaks for your pelvis baby. And sometimes I'm literally like, we're your freaks for us and we're freaks for your pelvis baby, like straight face. I'm like, I need to get it together. No, we're happy and we're fun.
We're like in a really good groove right now.
No, we are.
Do you want me to do another part?
Let's do another random clip. Yeah.
Okay,
Find another segment.
We're doing one more segment.
Women like working with me and like running this clinic.
Yeah. Not to say we're against having male clinicians, but there aren't many out
Not
there.
us already talking about men.
Yeah, it'd be cool if we had more.
I'd love to meet some male pelvic freak PTs too.
Yeah, come
Still
hang
would.
with us. We want to meet you.
Come on our podcast.
Come on our
Let's talk
podcast.
about it.
Yeah.
Pause it. Throwback to when we literally didn't even think we would have guests for real. Like that wasn't even in our game plan.
It really wasn't. That came out of like, wow. That was a big confirmation.
Big honk.
It kind of came out of nowhere when we were like, we got to start having guests. It was like a couple weeks in. It wasn't bar, but we were like, oh yeah, we got to do that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, what Amanda just said, she said, oh, that was confirmation. We say that every time a car honks after we say something, it's confirmation that it's correct. You guys usually don't hear it because I edit it out. But
yeah,
if you want me to leave it in, I can.
Yeah, in this first episode, we're just like giggly and we don't know each other that well. So like, I think we're just like trying to podcast. And what's cool is what I'm jealous of all you freaks for is you can see a real friendship bloom
Literally
in real time. If you listen to like our episodes chronologically, you will hear Hannah and I become better friends.
Literally.
Which is so cool.
It's actually insane because like this time last year, like was the beginning. Like our first time Amanda and I hang out. The first time Amanda and I hung out was the All-Time Low concert. Well, the first time we like hung out was on my birthday last year. We went to ramen and then the West Loop Taste of Randolph thing. But then the first time like we actually hung out was probably High Five Ramen when we like had this meeting to start this podcast.
Yeah.
Wait,
that was that night. She's talking herself in a circle right now.
What was the other night?
The other night was
All-Time Low concert. That's what I said.
That was in July. We were already like friends, but that was our first time like getting hammered together, probably.
That's what I meant. I was trying to say that without saying that, but that's what I was trying to say.
We got trashed.
Yeah, which was really fun.
That was fun. Yeah, I actually enjoyed this throwback. It made listening to that episode not so painful.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you brought that up. So what's changed the most between then and now? This is like, we kind of just talked about this in terms of like our comfort with each other in the podcast, but we've basically been through, and I'm going to say this, and some of y'all that have been doing this for years are going to laugh at me. I'm like, we've been through the trenches already. Like we've been through the part where like we are both so overwhelmed with how much work this actually is that we don't know how to like communicate it to each other effectively. And we had to work through that and have those hard conversations because we began treating this as a real business. We're two business owners, we're co-owners that work together. And like, as much as our friendship has blossomed, so has our working relationship. And like when we started this, we didn't have any of that set up. We were just like, all right, let's
And we were our own bosses and still are.
Yeah.
But we had to create that strict business connection.
Yes. Like we didn't start having formal podcast meetings till 2025 where we had like a weekly time. Actually, we did that, but we changed them. We structured them and we had an outline. And like I had to do this at the Pelvic Institute too. Like I had to basically see myself as an employee and like set up time to like actually work with myself on the business. And I think we were at that point this year where we had to do that for the podcast too.
I feel like a lot of people think, like, they joke and they're like, oh, you're just going to start a podcast. And a lot of that root stigma about podcasts is because a lot of people don't treat it like a real business. And people will like start podcasts as friends and just like kind of record when they can and like whatever. But like for it to be successful, like you have to run a tight knit schedule.
Yeah.
Keep it locked down. And like if Amanda's traveling for like a week or two, or like when I'm traveling or we're both traveling at the same time, then we have to plan ahead to make sure that we're still getting weekly content out for you guys so that you're not missing a week of us, because that would be so bad. If you could,
tragic.
You would miss us. You guys would miss us so much.
I mean, I miss us when we're not here.
Literally. But on top of that, it's like we do everything. Like we do all our social media. We do the editing. We do the audio editing, the video editing. We post the podcast episode. We write the episode bios. We send out the newsletters. What else? What else do we do? We do every single Instagram post.
I will put it this way. Before podcasting, I actually had free time that I could like carefree fill with a hobby that I enjoyed. Mm-hmm. Now when I have free time, there is at least 3 podcast tasks I could fill it with. Mm-hmm. Even if I choose to do the fun thing, it's like we have a ton of work to do for this.
Yeah.
Because it's the marketing piece too, right? Like we don't have a brick and mortar. People aren't just finding us on Google or finding us on the street. Like we have to market this to get it to the audiences we care about, we want to advocate for. And that's where like people can start podcasts casually. And I think that's why it's such a joke for people, because yeah, it could be fun to like start a podcast and then not be that committed to it and give up when you want to. But we've never seen this that way. And Hannah and I are both super committed to the vision of this podcast, which is to destigmatize sexual health and help people gain access to information that they might not have pending where they live. Because outside of major cities, pelvic floor is still not something that is a regular resource for people. So just being here to talk about these issues and hopefully in a fun way that you guys enjoy, because we talked about it in our first episode. We don't want to be just another medical podcast that's using big words and making things inaccessible for people on social media platforms. We want to have that voice that our listeners actually have themselves and they can resonate with.
Exactly. And like what Amanda said too, there's so many people that don't have access to public health. So that's why we have a combination of our episodes. Like we have educational content so that you can learn about like what's going on with you. Like, oh, I have urinary leakage, but I have nowhere to turn and my doctor isn't really helping me out. Then this podcast is for you. But if you also want to like shit on the state of the world right now and how it sucks for so many marginalized groups and different groups of people in general, then we are also here for you for that. And also here to just like talk about our own lives, because we're real people too. Like we're not just doctors of physical therapy. Like we're real people.
Yeah, we got like a hate comment from this dude, of course.
Oh my God. It's always a man.
There's a man and he's like, the first 10 minutes we're just blabber. And we're like, the first 10 minutes are what make people realize we're human
Okay,
beings.
he said airhead blabber.
Airhead blabber.
Oh
of
my
course.
God.
He wouldn't call a man an airhead.
Just tell us you don't know how to talk to women, I guess.
yeah, loser freak ass.
Little freaky loser man. Well, whatever.
Whatever, it's fine.
You know what? The hate comment means that we're winning.
100%. Mm-hmm. It didn't even faze me. We're going to get hate.
It phased me. I'm not going to lie.
That one did phase you, but you were in a mood.
It phased me. I think I was also about to get my period though.
Yeah.
And, but also like, because I feel like I'm a little bit of a people pleaser in a way. So the content that we make and when we're posting online for everyone to hear, everyone, no matter what we say, and we've said this before on the podcast, no matter what we say, like people will interpret it their own way. So you just have to be prepared for hate comments. But I'm like the way where I'm like, I know I'm so good at my job and I know I'm so good at so many things. I'm just an amazing person overall. So the fact that someone can like sit here and be like, you have airhead blabber and you don't know how to treat a patient and like these aren't whatever, like people want to like just shit talk.
You can go on the most straightforward, not even confrontational post on social media and there's going to be polarizing thoughts in the comments. Like it's unavoidable at this point if we have comments on a video that someone's going to hate on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we have to do like, as we gain popularity, we're going to have to do mindset work around that for sure.
100%. Already talking about it.
Where like, there's days where like it impacts me way more than other days.
exactly. Like there's some days I look back and I'm like, you know what? A hate comment, whatever, we're getting that reach. And then some days I'm like, ugh, that one stung. But overall, doing well.
Yeah. I mean, celebrities talk about this stuff all the time too. They
Yeah.
struggle with it. A lot of people don't even read their comments after a certain point.
Yeah.
So it's not good for their
And
mental
limit
health.
the comments. It's terrible what people say. The cyberbullying is all too real.
It's way too normalized. It's
It's
wild.
scary.
Like, I remember that was a huge topic when I was in grade school, cyberbullying. Do they even teach that anymore?
I hope.
Like, that's so wild.
It was like Twitter back in the day, though.
yeah. It's wild.
Because
And,
people would like
AIM.
subtweet or I don't know AIM actually.
Oh my God. I'm older than Hannah and I forget it.
I don't know what that is.
One of my friends that went to your birthday was like, her friends were all really nice, but they were children. They were 10 years younger than me.
That's funny. It's because I have such a wide group of friends. I have friends like in their late 30s, and then I have friends that are like my age. And I think, no, yeah, that's it. I don't think I have like many friends that much younger than me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just friends with who I'm friends with.
I mean, yeah, it happens. All right. What's next on our agenda for our anniversary party?
Should we talk about some of the difficulties with podcasting? I guess we
Yeah.
already kind of did that.
Should we talk
but
about specific fights we've had?
Yeah. You guys are like, oh, Amanda and
you guys
Hannah
want the
are
tea?
besties. What did you say?
They want the tea.
Yeah. You guys are like, oh, Hannah and Amanda, you guys are besties. Like, you must never fight. Well, first of all, Amanda's an Aries. So get that through your head. Because
Come to
she's
terms
fiery.
with that real quick.
She's fiery. And then my moon's in Pisces, so I can be sensitive
Yeah.
too. So what we've learned through working with each other is that I will like internalize things and Amanda will get fiery pretty quick. So we've learned how to balance that really well. But we have good conversations about it. We've never like blown up on each other ever.
No.
We've always like sat it down like a meeting and been like, how can we work through this? And then we do.
And then we do. And like Hannah, I remember she called me one night and she was like, listen, this thing happened that we disagreed on and it felt weird. So I just want to clear the air tonight because I don't know what you said, but like
Yeah,
we
it's
just like
probably
worked
something
it out
really good and
in that
intelligent,
mode.
though.
It was really good and emotionally mature and it was really great.
Oh my God, that was the best compliment ever.
Yeah, because
Me?
I am really direct with people and like you have to be. I don't know if you like. I think I learned that more in my business mentorship than anything. Is like I'd rather just like address things. So I get really frustrated when people don't tell me things directly, and I'm like, why are you keeping that from me? Just
Yeah.
tell me, and I can fix it. So I've had to work on patience, and you've had to work on like basically speaking up.
Yeah.
And I think we've both like done a lot of work in both areas.
Yeah, we have really good balance. And with any business, there's going to be fluctuations. But as long as it's just like a relationship. You just have to and we talk about it all the time. We say communication is the most important thing, the most important foreplay, the most important thing for pleasure, everything. So also with our business relationship, as long as we have communication and we're not assholes, then we should be good.
Yeah.
And we're not assholes.
And I feel like
I know that.
What did we say? There was like a January tiff and then a May tiff. And like January was like the winter blues, post-holiday lull, depression. It felt like a lot of work for January that we were doing because that's when we were like doing our merch. So I think we just had like overwhelming tasks and
We had a lot to do.
we also had to like fully revamp our meeting structure at that time. So once we worked that out, it was fine. And then May was like peak me and Hannah both being out of town all the time.
We were both
It was
traveling.
just the most chaotic schedule ever.
And we just it literally did not cross our minds like, oh, we could just take a break one week.
We could take a bye week.
Like we literally had that conversation after Amanda was traveling and I was like, should like we consider like having a week off if we're both like literally traveling for the entire month of May next time?
We
We
should.
both were like, whoa, maybe.
We should, but we should take a bye week, but call it BI week.
Oh my God.
It's a bye week.
Literally. Because we need a break.
because we're bye.
Exactly.
And we deserve a week off.
And we don't need to explain ourselves. But I see that didn't cross our minds because we're like, it's our first year of podcasting and we're so dedicated and we want to grow and we want to keep putting content out there. So, and we're still going to be dedicated. But maybe if Amanda and I are both, if Amanda's in Spain and I'm in Kentucky 3 times and then Texas and then blah, 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 then maybe we will take a bye week.
Yeah. because we might need one.
But we'll make sure you guys still have access to other things.
Yeah.
And we'll have so many episodes
Yes.
logged that you'll be able to catch up.
I think that'll help. We'll have the like numbers under us to do it.
Let's talk about the best moments.
Best moms. Honestly, like, you know that feeling when we just record a really fire episode and then it's like, that's going to go hard.
It literally, like, we pull our headphones off and we're like, that was a good episode.
Yeah.
When it just flows really well.
When I'm like, we're not going to have anything to edit out of this.
There's only one episode that we had, and I forget which one it was, where like my brain literally stopped working. And I don't remember why it happened, but that was like, there was this would be our 50th, I think.
Yes.
No, maybe 51.
52.
It might be 51 because we didn't record. We did skip 1 week, and it was when Trump got elected.
Oh, that's true. We did skip the election.
So it might be 51.
Yeah.
So to have one episode where we don't flow very well, and all the other episodes are pretty fire, and then we have a lot that are really good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
New York.
Oh my God, yes. New York was
Which we're
so
doing
fun.
again, by the way.
We have another special guest coming up in August that we're going to be recording with. And we'll let you guys know later. But we have that in the works. So we're going to be flying to New York again. I don't know. Some of our other best moments would be probably getting really cool guests on. Like we got Alicia on and we talked about her book, and that's a person I've been watching their pelvic floor content for so long. So that's crazy that you're sitting here on a phone call with me and we're interviewing you now.
It was great.
To me,
I know.
like
Celebrity moment.
that was wild. And I would say too, another good moment, me and Amanda have a lot of really cool friends, and giving them a platform to share their coolness. Like Hannah Linsky's podcast episode with the fashion feminism.
So good.
Was so cool.
That was one of my all-time favorite episodes.
That was a cool episode. I've got people message me after that one that were like, this was like my favorite.
I also loved my friend Sarah's episode, Sarah the Book Fairy, because I just love talking about fantasy books, and like I love that we could bring it back to sexual health, and it was such a cool concept, and how everyone should just be reading fiction.
That episode was awesome.
So good.
The only thing I think of when I listen to that episode is when I talked about Rumpelstiltskin.
So good. We should try to record with Sarah again in New York.
We need to
do that again.
We should. That was so fun. And Sarah was a really good, easy guest to have on here. She just it just felt like a very good conversation. I love that. Do you have any other big star?
I really loved Sarah Baker's episode too. She's a nutritionist, and we talked a lot about like gut health and treating women postpartum for nutritional deficits and what she looks at from like a functional medicine point of view. And I learned a lot in that episode. That was good.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of good guests, and those episodes get a lot of views too, because I think you guys like seeing new guests. So that's why we have that in the works for next year too. We're going to have a lot of cool and fun guests, and we've been doing a lot of outreach. So we're excited.
Yay.
Cool. Well, another thing that we do on this podcast is Pelvic Freak Story Time, which you guys know and love. And that's our favorite segment, obviously. And it's also our only segment.
It's so far.
I'd say a goal for our next year is to have more segments.
Yeah, I
which
think so.
We've been brainstorming. Me and Amanda went through our Pelvic Freak Story submissions, and we each chose our favorite story that we liked, which was hard because there was a lot. But we're going to read each of our Pelvic Freak Storytime submission choices
favorite
of the
stories.
year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Go for it.
This was my favorite story of
When
the
was
year.
this from? Was it from was there a prompt for it? Was it sex stories?
I think it was Nothing Scarier Than Bad Sex.
Nothing scarier than bad sex.
Or
Okay.
spooky or whatever we said.
Oh, yeah. That was like a Halloween episode.
With our vulva suits. Okay. A guy that I had been seeing every once in a while. By seeing, I mostly mean I would respond to his 2 a.m. booty calls when I really felt like hating myself. Asked me to come over one night after going out. I Ubered the 45 minutes to his apartment at 2 a.m. only to get there and him not answer my texts or calls. After almost an hour of waiting, I finally decided to send myself home. I woke up the next morning to a $20 Venmo from him and the caption, "Sorry, fell asleep." The round trip Uber was around $100. Needless to say, I did sleep with him the next weekend.
Dude.
A time-honored classic, really.
I know, and I'm still reacting to it because I'm like, if a man ever did that to me, I would literally request him $80 more.
100%. Would I though?
I would now.
Now
would
I
I back
would.
then? Probably not.
Yeah.
And I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
I did sleep with him again next weekend.
So good.
Okay, my favorite one. Ready, guys? And I think this was from the same episode. Nothing scarier than bad sex.
I think so.
Okay, this one is my husband and I had just finished having sex and he was cleaning up. I happened to look at his penis and said, "Where did your balls go?" They were missing, all caps. He looked down and started to freak out and couldn't feel them. His sack was just an empty pocket. All of a sudden, they plopped down and I swear it made the noise, plop. They clearly were stuck in a pocket or cavity. It was absolutely hilarious.
Hannah and I fought over this one because it was both of our favorites.
I liked
So
it because that is an interaction I would 100% have with like my partner.
Also,
Like, where
just
are your balls at?
where did your balls go? Question mark, exclamation point. I think I want that on a shirt. Like,
Where did your balls go?
so good. Where did your balls go?
Wait, literally that. Where did your balls go? Question mark, exclamation point. They were missing, period. Like, I love that sentence.
So good. It's such a good sentence.
I love it.
Excellent submission.
Some runner-ups that I had from straight off the dome was the pooping off the train story,
So good.
which the full story was not submitted, and that was gold. And I need to push that person to submit the full story because it was hilarious. Mm-hmm. Do you have any other runner-ups?
I liked the Alias Richardson one where it just starts with "I shit my pants" and then it's about them running and shitting their pants on the way home.
Yes. I also liked the pooping out the butthole. Wait.
Explain.
Pooping out the butt plug.
Yes.
Where the person had to like push their butt plug out of their butthole.
I like the English guy, shitty waiter that ended up dating her friend guy.
Yes, that was actually crazy.
Guys,
Wow.
these are good. Go listen to our story times if you're listening to this and you're like, what the heck? It's
I also
so
like
good.
the sex ed never taught me this episode.
Those were all amazing, but those were like not haha funny. Those were like more discussion ones.
Yeah, they were more discussion and more like, why wasn't this talked about?
Yeah, that was a great episode.
Well, that's our Pelvic Freak Story Time rendition.
We really, really, before we get to our next segment, we really, really want to hear from you guys about what you want to see from our podcast in the next year because, like we said, our community is everything. And when my friends text me that they listened to an episode and they were like laughing at a specific line or found something so helpful and they referred someone to us for that reason, like all of that is so helpful for what is actually impacting people in their lives. So more feedback like that is amazing as we continue. Hannah and I are both dedicated to this. We love doing this. So we're going to keep doing it. And we want to make it sure it's tailored to your experience as well.
We're here every week, baby.
Every week, baby.
Unless we have a bye week.
Unless we have a BI bye week.
That's funny.
That is funny, right?
I like it.
Oh, man. All right. So today is a new moon, the
Yes,
day
it
we're
is.
recording. So what are we going to manifest for the pod this year?
Ooh, okay. One thing I want to manifest on the podcast are some guests that we've reached out to and like it had talks of like setting up a date but hasn't worked out and getting them like in the clinic. Okay.
Heck yeah.
That's my one. And two is to film more episodes with other podcasts and experiment with being a guest every now and then because that could be fun. I have some more, but I want you to take your turn.
I think in terms of like long-term goal, I would love for us to get signed, not for like a we want to get signed reason, but for a reducing our post-production reason, because then we can really focus on like our planning and just avoid some of those times where we just felt so overwhelmed with the podcast. Which is hard because like letting go of your production is a really scary thought of not having that control anymore. So a podcast network is in my long-term goal for us for sure.
Yeah.
And that would just be amazing for outreach too. I feel like we'd reach so many more people. On that note, having some more followers on social media platforms. The goal that comes to mind is 10,000 because I feel like once we get over the 1,000 hump, we'll be able to like grow a little bit faster too.
Yeah.
And we have a really good giveaway plan for that.
We have so many good giveaway plans. You guys just got to get us there. I want more reviews as well. That's another goal I have.
Yes. For next year, like, what if we got like 500?
Yeah. It would be so cool if we looked back on this and it was like 100K and we're just like, oh my God.
What if we got 500?
Listen to them. And we're like, we're going back and like looking on this.
I mean, right now it seems like a big goal because like that would be growing a lot faster than we did the first year, right? But yeah, anything could happen. It's a new moon.
You know what we're kind of doing right now is the Billie Eilish. And remember when Billie Eilish did those interviews, the same interview every year? Mm-hmm. That was kind of cool.
I like
we're kind of like looking back on our old podcast episode. Maybe next year we'll like look back on this episode or something.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Let's do it.
Another goal of mine is to eventually have our own podcast studio.
100%.
Because another thing that takes forever for us to film is that we have to set up all our equipment. We have to set up all the lighting. We have to set up the microphones, the audio, get everything plugged in, and then the cameras. And then we have to like close the shades in the clinic and then make sure that the church isn't singing and like do all these things.
Yeah.
Just to film an episode.
And it has to be outside of patient care because the clinic is open 7 to 7. It can't be on like a normal weekday unless it's a Friday afternoon. But whereas Hannah and I don't work 7 to 7 every day. So like if we had a different studio, we could like make something work if we needed to on other days too.
That's another thing, guys. You don't realize me and Amanda work full time and then podcasts on top of it. What you said was so true. I never have free time anymore.
There's no such thing. We still choose to spend free time, but you're like making that choice.
Yes.
Whereas when I was just working a 9 to 5 and I didn't have a side gig, I didn't have anything to fill my time with work. Like I genuinely didn't have a work task to do. Whereas now, like we could come up with a million things to do.
So many, just to keep growing.
Yeah.
My tattoo artist posted an Instagram reel today and it was like, point of view, you start treating life as not a constant to-do list. And I'm like, yo, that's so true. Like I literally have the list in my head whenever I'm like, I get off work and I'm like, okay, I have like this to do.
I do like a list though.
I know.
I'm not going to lie.
Keeps me on track. I'm actually going to get so much done this week. I'm excited.
She goes, you and Austin are out of town, so I'm actually going to get stuff done.
Literally, I have the whole weekend to myself. I'm going to get so much stuff done.
Amazing.
I have more goals.
What are they?
We have a photo shoot coming up.
Oh, yeah.
So my goal is to have a super badass logo, like even more badass than ours from last year or our current photo, and get more merch sold and everything too, because I love our merch. I think it's so cute.
It's so cute. I want new microphones.
Yeah, I want nicer mics too. I'm copying you now. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh, I have another goal.
Okay.
I want to evolve our style a little bit, which I think is happening.
Our personal style?
Our personal style.
We are. We're doing it.
We're doing it right now.
Yesterday I had a good outfit and Hannah has a good outfit today.
Yeah. We're doing good. I told Amanda today, I was like, I want to be a little more like tomboy femme. And she was like, yeah, totally.
It's the best. It's the best
So
look.
that's my new vibe.
Yeah, I love that.
I
I'm
feel
excited to wear a suit.
Yeah.
So excited.
I'm also excited just for our episode quality. I feel like we just are so much more ourselves lately. I feel like sometimes when you just start putting content on the internet and things, you're so afraid of that judgment. And I feel like every time we post a new episode, that gets less and less out the window.
Less and less out the window.
Bro,
this is one of those things you're going to listen back.
I just be saying shit, dude.
Oh, that's awesome.
It just flies out the window.
Flies right
slowly.
out. Totally. Or fast.
One feather at a time.
Wow. Yeah.
It's going to be good. It's going to be a good year. 2025, 2026.
I can't believe it's been a year.
Really?
That's wild. If you listened to this whole episode, first of all, thank you, because this is just us like reflecting and we wanted to do that with you all. So you just can hear real people talk about what they want to do on their podcast.
Amanda and I are going to do each a spell tonight, and we're going to manifest for the new moon.
Yes.
When this comes out, it will no longer be a new moon, but you guys can, for the next new moon, manifest how. And if you want to know how we do it, let us know. We'll tell you.
Once we're done filming, we're going to post on our Instagram story reminding you all to manifest for the new moon, because it's only fair that we remind you tonight.
Of course.
But give us some feedback, y'all. And if you don't want to submit a form, leave us a review or just a rating, if you will, on Spotify. That would be so helpful.
Yay. We love our Pelvic Freak community.
We love you
guys.
all. We wouldn't be doing this without you.
It's so weird when like I listen to other podcasts and they're like, we love you guys. We love you. I'm always like, they don't fucking love me. They do.
Yeah.
They really do love me because I love them.
I know. It's also like when you hear a music artist say like, I love you so much. Thank you. And I'm like, how could you? But then I do love my freaks. I love the freaks.
It's crazy.
Like I have so much love in my heart for the pelvic freaks.
We wake up and think about you guys every day.
Yeah, I really do.
And then I go to bed thinking about you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I struggle at night when Spotify for creators is down bad and not uploading our podcast correctly. I'm like, I got to do it for the freaks.
Got to do it for the freaks. We must.
We're here. Okay.
All right. Bye, pelvic freaks.
Wait, I want to say one more thing.
Okay.
We say how hard it is, but it really isn't that hard because we love doing this and we love being here for you guys.
It's true.
So I hope you don't think that we're struggling because we're not.
No,
we love being busy.
Yeah, we want to be real with you about how hard it can be, but if we didn't love this, we wouldn't be doing it. And the highs are so worth
and it's
any
so fun.
low that could possibly come up.
And the highs are even like little things, just like being able to spend time with you every week.
When we do our, you're gonna make me cry. Why you do that? I'm getting my period.
That was crazy. That was crazy of me. Oh my god.
Guys, I'm crying.
Forget I said it. I hate you. That got me a little bit too.
Woo, okay.
Okay.
I didn't think I was gonna cry in this episode.
Pull it together.
All right, guys, we gotta wrap up. I don't even know. Oh, like I was gonna say like filming content.
Guys, we gotta cut it. We're both crying.
We gotta go. Anyway, we love you. Bye, pelvic freaks.
Bye, pelvic freaks.
How did you do that?